it was kind of like I really wanted to go to prison, because I felt like I failed in everything. I felt being a father, I felt being a husband, I felt being a provider for myself. My health was deteriorating, my spirit definitely was deteriorating, so it was almost like, when am I doing anything for? When I went into the belly of the beast, I realized that I had put everything and everyone before God. Whereas I thought that he had given up on me, I realized I put a wedge in between me and God. I didn't have communication with my family, with my mother, with anyone other than my son. These bad decisions that I was making was going to actually end or put this child's life in a burden, whereas though I just felt like I had no control over it. I couldn't save him. I couldn't get him back. I couldn't run and capture him in my arms. I couldn't embrace him. I couldn't console him and explain to him what just happened. I need to fight to be a father to my son. And the only way I could be a father to my son, I have to learn to be a son to my father, which is God. They say God always speaks through man. So he was my motivation. I need to get myself right. I didn't become this thug or this mean, ornery person in prison. I began to take on the characteristics of being civil, of being spiritual, and understand that I have to now walk by faith, not by sight. So when I came here, there was a lot of good things said to me about the program by a parole agent. And he began to tell me, if you can really get in there, it could really help you, because I think it's for you. I don't know what I was expecting, but from a spiritual point of view, it was just too much going on, because I never seen where people genuinely showed care for anyone. I grew up in a world where, as though if you were lying in the middle of the street dying, didn't nobody care. I came out of the devil's den or the belly of the beast. Did nobody care whether or not something happened to you or not. You may have had a few men that was there to show concern, but who can really stop you from going through pain and suffering other than God? So he took me out of hell and put me in a haven. He put me in an atmosphere where, as though this is part of the redemption, part of the baptism, part of you in the wilderness. Now you're going to be tested spiritually so that you can become the man that he needs me to become. And he brought me to the great center of hope. This was a calling, I feel, that was 1,300 miles away, to eventually bring me into a place where I have to care, help, love, and be humble with people I've never seen in my life. I thought I couldn't love no more. I thought I couldn't care for anyone anymore. I thought the only person I could care for was my son. But that bitterness is being evaporated out of me slowly, like small vapors. Every day I wake up in a great center of hope. I thank God himself and his son Jesus Christ for bringing me to the doorstep of my salvation.
Looks good. get it.